The Bible made us understand that iron sharpened iron. That means it's most likely a give and take, no matter how hard you don't want to see or think it that way. So if you're vulnerable, you attract vulnerability from people around you. I like to believe that. So today we're doing vulnerable o'clock. I know I said I wasn't going to share the full story till I have an opportunity to do a live session here on YouTube, and you guys ask your questions because I know there are a lot of questions on your mind. How does she do this? Who does the texting? How does she move? We see your pictures and videos. I know there are a lot of questions, and I promised I was going to answer. So today I'm just going to give you guys a little story, not the full gist, but trust me, a worthwhile gist. You would want to hear it. Hi guys, my name is Suzanne, and this is Therapy with Suzanne, where we share life's challenges, ups and downs, and how we navigated through it and still navigating. Today is story o'clock. So I'm going to be backtracking to 2017. No, let's start from 2016. So 2016, a fresh secondary school graduate, trying to apply for the university and writing WAEC and NECO. I was quite nonchalant. I think this is a space where you agree that favor covers for a lot of lapses. I was very nonchalant writing my exam, very, very good. My mom was tired of me. You can understand. Momsi been kind, Momsi been a stress hasha. But when it was time to apply for university, I was so confident I was going to get the admission. I was very confident for reasons best known to I and people very close to me. If they're watching this, I'm sure they understand what I'm saying. I knew it was beyond me. It was bigger than me alone, but I was going to get this admission. And December, first list came out and my name was on the first list. Yay, I got the admission. But January, I lost my sight. Yeah, 2017, that was the first time I knew what it was like to not see. But I was a child, very optimistic, I was very positive. There was no atom of negativity with me. When I lost my sight, January, that was supposed to be the time I was doing screening and registration in school. Most of my mates or my classmates don't know this part. I didn't do the screening. I did the screening, but not with them. Everybody around me thought it was best for me to defer my semester. They thought it was going to be very hard. It was something that could be worked on. The issue was cataract, so it could be worked on. But the time for the healing and all that was the main issue. I needed 6 months to stay at home to heal. You understand? And at that time, we've not even decided on the operation because I've had one operation before when I was in primary school. So my dad was a bit skeptical, like how can my little girl be having 2 operations in very short period of time? So he was afraid. The man being the fear. He was trying so hard to be a man. But I know he was not really down with the operation thing. And I wasn't. Honestly, if you asked me then, I wanted a miracle. Just lay hand on my head and my eyes open and I see and go back to my life, right? I went to my school. I did my screening blind. Most people didn't know that. I had my sister hold my hand round school. One of the reasons why I wasn't too social and I didn't know most places in school was because the opportunity I would have used to get familiar with the school environment, I wasn't seen. Okay, I hope you are following my gist sharp. So February came. My mom was persistent. My HOD as at then also felt it was wise for me to defer the semester and it was going to help me cover up when it was time. My mom was persistent and I understand her fears and her worries, but I had a deal with God. 2016. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys why I was so confident I'm going to get the admission. I had a deal with God. I told God that I know you have a plan for me and there are generations beckoning on my success. So if you don't give me this admission this year, I'm never going to school again. And when the admission came, I felt in my little child mind that was God answering his own or doing his own part of the deal. And I still believe that till date. Then now it's my turn to honor the deal I had with God in secret. Nobody understood what I was doing, and it wasn't making sense because to them I was just being stubborn as a child. Then I did the operation on the 30th of March 2017. On the 30th of March, I need 6 months. So let's count: April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 6 months, right? I needed 6 months to heal. Section has begun by this time. The semester has begun by this time. I was still at home, being taken care of. Then by April, ASUU went on strike. Please, you guys should put a hand of applause for ASUU for me. ASUU went on strike April, and for some reason, the strike stayed till September 2017. I didn't know what every other person was thinking, but for me, that was God honoring me for not going back on our deal. So the 6 months I needed to heal properly before leaving my parents were the 6 months that ASUU went on strike for that particular year. So I learned a lot that period. And sometimes I wonder why I act like I've not seen him come through for me. Alright, so I was blind for 3 months and I still did my registration. I traveled from Makurdi to Minna by myself, blind. I crossed the express road in Abuja, blind. So you can imagine the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario. And he honored himself at the end of it. So this is just like a tiny bit of my story. It's crazy, but at the end it just works out for good. So what am I trying to say now? I'm trying to say sometimes the bad things happening in your life might not just be there to hurt you. And it's not about you sometimes. It's not just about you. It's mostly about any other person but you. I'm sorry if you had to be in front of that fire. I'm sorry if you had to get burnt. I'm sorry if the bullet had to hit you. I'm sorry if it's you that had to go through it for someone else's story. But we are all victims in one way or another. We have all gone through something that is not really about us. I know a lot of people suffered that month because they needed to go to school. But here I was celebrating because it was for my own good. What seemed like a very bad news for students, parents, lecturers, even though it was for them to get paid, it was for my own good. And the blindness taught me that if God says a thing, He's going to do it. And He also taught me that what you say into God's ears might seem like you're talking to yourself. But most times, no, all the time, He always answers. He always. There are different answers. There's a yes, there's a no, there's a silent. All are answers depending on what you're asking for Him. But that does not mean He's not hearing you. That does not mean He didn't hear you. Alright. If I had jumped, if I was too fast to have accepted to defer my semester, school would have gone on strike and I would have regretted that decision. But I didn't. And I'm so grateful I didn't. And I feel like at times we should just be patient on God. We should just wait on Him. We are too quick. We are too quick with Him. We're too fast. And He's not going to delay us because He's the author of time. He's the owner of time. Are you trying to teach someone that created time how to move with time? It doesn't make sense. So just wait on Him. If you have had a discussion with Him in secret, nobody would understand it like you do. And most times, the circumstances don't even look like He's working for your good. Most times. Because my mates were in school. From February, my mates were already in school. They were having lectures. And I was insisting, I must wait. I must go to school. That was my, I must go to school. So if you had a conversation with God, and you're certain you had a conversation with God, whether it looks like it or not, wait on Him. wait on him so you don't miss the mark. If you miss the mark, you can't get it back sometimes. All right. So I've shared a part of my story, and I hope this reaches out to someone there, somewhere, being in a position that feels like it's too slow. It's not going your way. It's not going your plan. Please wait on God. A distraction is not a destruction. It might be distracting you for you not to get destroyed. Please wait on God. And my DM is now open for stories, topic suggestions. Yes. And, if you want to talk, you could search us on Therapy with Susan on Facebook. Our DMs are open. You can search us on Therapy with Susan on Instagram. Our DMs are open. And even on WhatsApp, if that makes it more confidential and comfortable for you, you could ask for my contact and you will get it if you need to talk. But in all I've said, if you don't remember anything, please hold on to the part that says, wait on God. He can never be late because he's the author of time. All right? He's always on time. Thank you guys for always watching, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. I see you guys. I see your effort. God bless you guys for me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.